What's up, all me Ewoks, tribbles, droids, and Wookiees? It's Anna, also known as that Star Wars girl, and in today's video, we're going to be talking about how the new Rings of Power show is getting review bombed, according to Access Media. But before we get into that, guys, my channel is Hardcore Shadow Banned here on YouTube, so every single like, share, comment really helps out my channel fighting the pesky YouTube algorithm. They don't like it when you speak your mind and have opinions that go against their narrative, their already set in stone narrative, hence why channels like mine are shadow banned. So also, if you guys haven't yet, take a minute, smash that subscribe button, ring the bell for notifications. Make sure that the bell is set to all. That way you actually get notifications when I post videos and live streams. Now that that's out of the way, let's get on to the topic. All right, guys, so I have Twitter pulled up. So as you guys can see right here, this is an article from comicbook.com. It says, to combat review bombing, Amazon has suspended user reviews for the Rings of Power. Dun, 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 dun. And it's like I said, to them, review bombed is the customer's honest opinions. And then it even made the Twitter, I can't speak this morning, the Twitter trending page with this article from the Hollywood Reporter where it says, is the Lord of the Rings of Power getting review bombed? Da, 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 da. And then it's like this cheesy article and it's, you know, them comparing Rings of Power and She-Hulk. It says, hashtag Rings of Power audience score come a couple weeks after Marvel's She-Hulk was declared review bombed on the site with initial 36% audience rating. It's like, did you ever think that maybe it's just bad? You know, maybe it's just bad. All right, so I have the article pulled up and it just says, you know, is the Rings of Power getting review bombed? And on suspended ratings, the Lord of the Rings TV series has only 37% audience rating on Rotten Tomatoes. Right? Okay, this is what I don't get about these sites is 1 week Rotten Tomatoes is the freaking gift from God. And then the next week it's like, oh, Rotten Tomatoes is fake. The scores are fake. Right. And so it's like, why do you guys pick and choose when Rotten Tomatoes is a reliable source and when it's not? It's funny how that works, right? With some complaining about the show's diversity, Amazon halts reviews to prevent trolling. I haven't heard really any, well, to be fair, I don't really watch a lot of reviews on the shows unless it's from somebody that, you know, I really like. But even as of right now, I still haven't watched anyone else's review on Lord of the Rings. The one that I would like to watch is Nerd of the Rings, but they do like live streams and I just haven't had the time to watch their 4-hour breakdown of episode 1. When they do a shorter video, I will watch it. But I do like their Lord of the Rings content a lot. But as far as like the show, because I can only go off of my own opinion and my own take of it, is the diversity was the least of the things that stood out to me. It was just boring. It was terribly paced. And I mean, like, where is all the money going is really what I want to know, because there's no actors in this show that I know. As far as I'm aware, I haven't seen, I mean, maybe the one of the elf guys whose name I'm blanking on right now, Celebrimbor. I think I recognize that actor, but aside from that, I don't know who the fuck anyone else is. I've never seen them before in my life. So I'm like, well, the money is obviously not going to all of these, you know, high profile actors. It looks beautiful. I will give them that. Moria was beautiful. The elven cities are beautiful. Some of, the special effects are beautiful. Others are not. So it's funny how some things, it's like, oh, you really poured all your money into this establishing shot. And then later it just falls flat. Also, it's like the costume designs. The costumes look like absolute shit. And like the elven armor, I pointed this out in my review, they wouldn't be able to lift their arm up. So no wonder a bunch of them are fucking dying, because it's like, well, you can't even lift your arm up to, you know, sword fight. Like if you go look at Galadriel's armor, like with the turtleneck thing and like the way that it is, I'm like, the reason why armor is designed the way that it is because it's functional and it works. So the way that theirs is, I'm like, they wouldn't even be able to lift their freaking arms. They wouldn't be able to like do this because their neck is stuck. So they'd be like this. This is probably as high as the actors can actually, you know, move in those. And they probably have them in like rubber suits or like CG other times. But every complaint that I've seen on Twitter or in comments in my own video, I'm sorry, but you want to say that it's because of diversity? That's not the problem. The problem is it's terribly paced. The dialogue is fucking terrible and it's boring. It's you have a fucking gold mine you're sitting on, and you made something that was so unenthusiastically bad. It's kind of mind-blowing how they just they didn't really even try, it seems like, and they got the most unlikable actress to be their lead. It's pretty fucking painful. But let's continue. Where is a wizard to fight trolls when you need one? The mega budget fantasy series Lord of the Rings, Rings of Power is under fire from some of its viewers. A day after the first 2 episodes of Amazon's $1 billion baby debut on Prime Video. $1 billion? Okay, when I first saw that, I thought it was like 24 million per episode or something, and then altogether it's going to cost $1 billion. I don't know where the fuck this money is going. I honestly cannot tell you where the fuck this money went. If you told me that those 2 first episodes cost $24 million, I'd be like, bull fucking shit. Are they trying to launder money or something? Because there's no fucking way that it costs that much, or else they're just really, really bad at spending. Like, what did each one of like Galadriel's hair extensions cost? Like $10,000? I just, oh my God. The show's average audience score on Rotten Tomatoes is rotten. 37%, and reviews on Amazon have been outright suspended. Compare that score to TV critics giving the show a very fresh 83% average. Of course, here's the thing why you can't trust critics is because if they give it a bad review, they lose their access. They lose their behind the scenes perks, their exclusive interviews. So of course, critics are never going to give something unless it's like everyone in the pub or everyone in their little Hollywood sphere all agrees that they're gonna, give it a bad review. They're all gonna like it. And many reviewers were highly enthusiastic. It's great, a gorgeously immersive and gradually ambitious spectacle packed with stunning imagery and compelling plot threads. No, the only thing that could be compelling about this is, well, obviously most people have seen Lord of the Rings. And I mean, in my opinion, unfortunately, not enough people have read the books because they don't, apparently I just learned this. They don't make the kids read it in school. I remember I had to read The Hobbit and the entire Lord of the Rings trilogy and the Silmarillion when I was in school. And apparently they don't make you read that anymore. It's like, the fuck? How come when people make the list of like all the books that are banned? Well, I guess maybe it's not banned, but they just don't have it on the curriculum. That's really unfortunate because I think fiction and entertainment is important, but whatever. But compelling plot threads. Well, it's like, yeah, if you know where it's going and you know who these characters are, it can be compelling, but they didn't do it in a very good way. The Hollywood Reporter dubbed the first 2 episodes a rather successful, promising start. No, it was boring. It was so boring. And this article is boring, but it continues. The scores come a couple weeks after Marvel's She-Hulk was declared review bombed on the site. That's the thing. They think anything that people don't like is review bombed. It's like, no, you do realize that people, have a voice and are going to utilize their voice and express themselves. If it was good, people would come out and say that it's good. Look at Top Gun Maverick. Top Gun Maverick didn't get review bombed because a majority of the fucking planet likes that damn movie, right? Heck, it's just like, it just drives me crazy. And they haven't used the whammon excuse yet. I'm interested to see if they are going to use that in this article, because that's what they hid behind on She-Hulk. They're like, oh my God, it's a female-led show. That's why it's getting review bombed. It's like, oh, that's funny. What about like Stargate SG-1, Buffy the Vampire Slayer, Xena Warrior Princess, the Sarah Connor Chronicles? What about like a lot of female-led shows that didn't get review bombed? I know it's going to be cheesy, but like Vampire Diaries didn't get review bombed. Gilmore Girls didn't get review bombed, right? There's been plenty of female-led shows from the beginning of fucking television. I Love Lucy. Hello. None of those got review bombed, but She-Hulk, because it's a wham, and all of a sudden, people that have been watching television shows since the beginning of fucking time, all of a sudden now they have a problem with women in TV and they're review bombing She-Hulk. Maybe it's just bad, right? Okay, let's continue. How how the Rings of Power is doing on Amazon's own user review ecosystem is not yet clear, but the company has taken the unusual step of suspending users' ratings from the show. An Amazon source says reviews are being held at 72 hours to help weed out trolls and to ensure each review is legitimate. The source later claimed Prime Video started the policy this summer on all its shows. Oh, of course it did. Review bombing is when a group of online users post numerous negative reviews for a product or a service due to its perceived cultural or political issues rather than its actual quality. Pursuing Rotten Tomatoes audience reviews for the Rings of Power, there are some one-star entries that met the definition. They wanted to involve such important work with current politics that they have succeeded. Reads an example. Okay, here's the thing. They quote an example. I want to see pictures of these examples. I want to see screenshots. You can blur out the name. I want to see proof. And I talked about this when I read the article about the She-Hulk review bombs. And they didn't provide a single shred of evidence. They didn't provide a single receipt. And because a lot of like the reviews were removed, you can't even find them. So it's like, why don't you guys show these review bombs? This doesn't seem like a review bomb. This seems like somebody just voicing their opinion. So you're deeming, customers that their opinions aren't worthy because it doesn't fit into your narrative. Because they dare to speak against what you want, they are, classified as a troll. You see how fucked up that is? All right, guys, I'm over that article. I don't like that the shady way that they go and present news. I will link it down below if you guys want to go read it for yourselves. But that was basically all you really needed to see. It was them making excuses and making accusations. And then when they provide their examples, you have to take their word that those are the real examples. But then anyone with a shred of common sense can see that's not a review bomb. That's literally somebody giving their opinion on what they watched and what they paid for as a customer. There's nothing wrong with that. As a company, you would think that they would take into account what their paying customers want and take in that feedback and try to make their product better. But no, people today, they do not know how to take criticism. It's this bizarre world that we live in where they take everything personally, and it's like, it's not personal. It's 100% not personal because people that are watching the show, they're excuse me, I'm getting hiccups. Sorry about that. No, the people that are making the show, none of us really, aside from like the director and the actors and, the people whose names are credited, we don't look at them and aren't judging them as, humans. We're judging them based on their work. This is strictly, professional people that are watching something and it's a product that they paid for because you pay an Amazon Prime subscription to watch this, and they are giving the reviews on the thing that they paid for. They have every single right to do that. I don't see, Amazon, there's a lot of products on Amazon where they get review bombed in a good way. So there'll be really shitty products that have all of these 5-star ratings and, it's all in broken English because it's like a company that's trying to up their products and get them higher on the Amazon search list. I don't see Amazon taking care of that problem. I don't see them removing those, review bombs or those fake reviews to get, shitty products up higher on the search list. I don't see them taking care of that, but it's funny how something that they're like, oh, this is, us doing Tolkien. This is us, people don't like Galadriel. People don't like diversity. And it's like, well, you pick, a very unlikable character or an unlikable actress to play Galadriel. I mean, maybe she is very likable. Maybe she's just that good of an actress that she's making herself into a very unlikable cunt. But I mean, get better writers, people that actually respect the source material. And when you are limited with things that you can do, sometimes that's when artists' best work comes out. I mean, Quentin Tarantino and Robert Rodriguez talk a lot about this, how when they made their first movies, they had a very limited budget. They had limited shooting times. And some of their best, work was when they were very, very limited on what they can do. And they've said many, many times that every single, director, you should work on a limited budget, so that way they figure out how to make things work on that limited budget. Because sometimes when you give people all the money in the world and they don't know what the fuck to do with it, you get shit shows, which is kind of what's happening. But anyways, everyone, I've ranted about this long enough. Let me know what you think about all of this down in the comment section below. If you guys like this video, go ahead and smash the like button. If you didn't, that's okay too. Thank you so much for watching this far through. Review bombing my fucking ass. This is just an excuse for their their inadequacy and their lack thereof ability to make a good show. But anyways, everyone, thank you so much. If you guys haven't yet, take a minute, smash the subscribe button, ring the bell for notifications. Make sure that bell is set to all. That way you guys actually get notifications when I post videos and live streams. And don't forget, guys, to help my channel fight this pesky YouTube shadow ban, every single like, share, comment really helps out the channel. And until next time, guys, I hope you guys all have a great rest of your day, morning, evening, afternoon, wherever you are in the world. And may the force be with you, because we are really going to need it. Bye, everyone. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed my video. Thank you so much again for supporting my channel and my content. And if you guys would like to support me further, my cosplay calendar, my gamer edition cosplay calendar, is live still now on Indiegogo for a limited time only. We were very successful in the campaign, and we are currently in demand. In demand is only going to be up for a limited time only, so be sure to go check it out before we take this down. And guys, once again, thank you so much for this. If you guys want to go and back this campaign, the link is down below in the description of this video, and make sure that you guys check it regularly, because I do add updates on there and more photos are coming soon. So thank you, guys. Also, guys, I do have two different Instagram accounts. I have one where I post my artwork, where I do painting streams over on my art channel, and then I re-upload them onto my art Instagram as little time lapses. So if you are interested in art and my painting process, that's the place to go. The link is in the description of this video, as well as my main Star Wars Girl Instagram. And on here I post a lot of my cosplays that were not seen on the actual campaign page. So go check them out if you guys haven't already, and give me a follow. And last but not least, guys, I have a Twitch that I am trying to go. I am at 5.7k followers right now, and I'm trying to get to 10,000 by the end of the year. So if you guys haven't gone and followed me over on Twitch, go and do so now. The link is in the description of this video. I play a lot of games on here like Elden Ring and KOTOR, so go check it out if you haven't already. And that being said, guys, thank you so much for watching, and have a great rest of your day.